What are you really doing when you sit at the gambling table? I once said, you're declaring war on time and causality. But let's dig deeper. What you're launching is a doomed holy war against reality itself. And your so-called faith? It's nothing more than a false deity you've named luck. This god didn't arrive with horns and flames. No, it first appeared to you as an angel. Remember the first time you won big? That moment when the world felt like it was under your feet, fate curled up in your palm? What you heard wasn't the clatter of chips, but the roaring gears of destiny turning just for you. In that moment, luck felt generous, benevolent, even loving. It made you believe you were special, chosen. That was your honeymoon phase. You worshipped it, willingly sacrificing your time and money at its altar. But the deeper you sank, the more erratic the pendulum of wins and losses became. The mask of mercy fell away, and your God revealed itself for what it truly was. A demon. Fickle, cruel, and heartless. It would throw you just enough bait to keep you hooked. Illusions of hope designed only to make your next fall harder and more painful. The relationship morphed from one of faith and worship into that of slave and tyrant. You no longer gambled to win. You gambled to appease the monster. You feared it. You bet bigger to please it. You performed rituals to stop it from abandoning you. You became like a foolish sailor, offering sacrifice after sacrifice to a sea god that never existed, while your boat sank faster with every offering. And the cathedral where you performed this blasphemous ritual? The casino, or its digital cousin, the gambling platform, is the most evil intersection of architecture and psychology ever created. You thought you were just entering an entertainment venue? No. You walked into a carefully engineered soul trap designed to sever your link to reality. Look around. No windows, no clocks, deliberate design choices to sever your sense of time. The warm lighting, calibrated to keep you in a perpetual high. The air, saturated with the addictive scent of cigarettes, alcohol, and just a trace of despair. The sounds? A low, hypnotic hum interrupted by the shrill, triumphant fanfare of a slot machine jackpot, rigged to exploit your subconscious through a constant bombardment of survivor's bias. You hear the 1 in 1,000 wins. You don't hear the 99% of silent suffering and invisible ruin. Look at the people. The dealers, faces blank and movements mechanical. They are the high priests of this dark temple, administering cold mathematical law. The old gamblers, eyes hollow, chained to the same seat day after day. They're fossils, ghosts of the soul, foreshadowing your own future. And the vultures circling the floor, the loan sharks, are the scavengers waiting for your final collapse. You think you're a player in control of your fate? No. The moment you walked in, you became just another piece of raw material on the sacrificial assembly line. The ritual you're performing isn't just spiritual blasphemy. It's an insult to human intelligence. You treat probability, the most unforgiving and impersonal branch of science, like it's a spirit that can be courted and pleased. You analyze charts, chase patterns, believe in hot streaks. You try to extract meaning from pure randomness. It's like watching a tribal shaman interpret cracks in turtle shells to predict the future. Absurd and delusional. You develop your own bizarre theology. Wear this shirt, sit in that chair, whisper that magic phrase before placing a bet. These ridiculous, self-deceptive behaviors are your shield against a fortress built by mathematicians and engineers. A fortress that doesn't care about your superstitions. You are a foot soldier charging a tank with a wooden stick. Your bravery only accelerates your own destruction. The second battlefield in your war on reality is your complete distortion of value. You've invented the world's most toxic currency. Its name is maybe. That $100 in your pocket is no longer just $100, a meal, a shirt. No, now it's maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000. You've replaced what's real with what's possible. That's why you can gamble away your child's tuition or your family's emergency savings without guilt. Because in your warped value system, the real happiness that money could buy, education, health, weighs less than the fantasy of sudden wealth. You become a ghost trapped in a world of imaginary assets. This warped value system triggers a visceral rejection of anything real. You can't sit through a movie. 2 hours could mean dozens of bets. You can't enjoy a vacation. The airfare is your perfect comeback bankroll. You can't feel genuine love anymore. Patience, effort, time. It all seems like a bad investment. You become a monster of pure utilitarianism, seeing everything through the lens of opportunity cost. Your daughter's birthday party is lost EV. Your wife's tears? A distraction from decision-making. Your parents' concern? Background noise disturbing your analysis of the latest pattern. One by one, you cut the emotional ties that connect you to the warmth of the human world, all for the phantom promise of a massive win. Until one day, you find yourself floating at absolute zero, surrounded by darkness, as alone as a dead star. And to survive in this void, you must master a new full-time profession: lying. Your life becomes an endless role-play. To your wife, you're a hardworking man with a string of bad luck. To your boss, you're sick and need time off. To your friends, you're in a temporary cash flow crunch. To your creditors, you're just days away from repayment. You burn through all your mental energy maintaining a fragile parallel world built on lies. You fear every unexpected phone call. You flinch from eye contact. This psychological torture is far worse than losing money. It annihilates your sense of identity. Eventually, you become a hollowed-out shell powered by deceit, existing only to maintain the lies that allow you to gamble again. You're trapped in a perfect, self-reinforcing loop of destruction. The damage you inflict on your family isn't just financial. You become an emotional vampire. You keep drawing from them the most precious resource: unconditional trust and infinite forgiveness. Every tearful apology, every tear-stained promise of never again, is another forged check drawn from their emotional bank account. And when they believe you again, they are co-signing the credit line of your bankrupt soul. In time, you drag your loved ones down with you. They develop anxiety, depression. Their lives become a blur of fear and instability. You are the black hole at the center of the household, sucking in all light and warmth. You become a ghost in your own home. Your body sits at the dinner table, but your soul is still on the felt, replaying losses, planning the next bet. Your silence wounds more deeply than any argument. Your absence is more cruel than any rejection. So, is there an end to this tunnel of darkness? Yes, but the light is faint, and the path is longer and more painful than you think. True redemption is not some miracle win that clears your debts. That would only reinforce the illusion that your methods work and pull you deeper into the cycle. Real salvation begins with a bitter, total surrender. You must admit your war is lost. Like a defeated general, you must sign an unconditional surrender. Submit to the reality you once despised. Bow to time. Bow to cause and effect. Admit, from your soul, I am not special. I am just a normal person. I must follow the laws of this world. Then comes the hardest part: enduring normal life. You'll realize how slow, how dull real life is. No adrenaline, no emotional roller coaster, just days that feel like tasteless water. This is the danger zone where many relapse. They can't bear the numbness and run back to that thrilling battlefield. You must grit your teeth and push through. You must understand. This flatness is life's true baseline. This boredom is your safe zone, your recovery space. Then you must do something you've never done before. Create. With the spirit of a craftsman, begin to rebuild your broken life. Not with a windfall, but with honest, tiny, consistent actions. Show up to work on time. Complete a task with focus. Read your child a story. Say "I love you" to your spouse, and mean it. These things yield no jackpot. But with each act, you lay a new brick in the collapsed structure of your character. It's like the Japanese art of kintsugi, repairing shattered pottery with gold. The cracks remain, but they're filled with something more precious, something heartbreakingly beautiful. Your gold is honesty. Let it heal the fractures in your life. And finally, redirect your hunger for war. Gamblers often have high energy, boldness, and obsession with victory. None of that is inherently bad. You just aimed it at the wrong target. Stop waging war against math. Start fighting laziness, fear, dishonesty. Fight for your family's peace. Fight to build something you can call your own. Channel your power from destruction to creation, and only then will you truly be reborn.